What's going on, Guardians? It's Tizzle here, and in this video, I'm going to be detailing what I think are the best exotic class item roles to go after. Now that I've had the chance to do in-depth testing on every exotic class item perk, these are the roles that I'm hoping to acquire. We'll be starting with Warlock, then Titan, then Hunter. So for Warlock, they have some decent combinations. The main one you will want for DPS phases is probably Spirit of Apotheosis with Spirit of Star Eater. This will allow you to deal 70% more damage with your super, which is exceptionally strong, especially with Song of Flame or Nova Bomb, with the latter being even stronger this season thanks to expanding Abyss. And when your super expires, you can spam your abilities. But an honorable mention goes out to Spirit of the Ophidian with Star Eater as well. This is great to start off your DPS rotation with a nice burst super, and then a swap DPS rotation where Ophidians will give you quicker weapon swap speed. For a fun endgame build, I would go with Spirit of the Assassin with Spirit of the Claw. You could get 2 Incinerator Snap melees so you can spam them often and go invis when you get a kill for survivability. But if you wanted quicker melee cooldowns and you don't care about the invis, then go with Spirit of Inmost Light so that you can reduce all ability cooldowns when you use your abilities. And if you want to spread poison, then Spirit of the Necrotic would pair nicely with Spirit of the Claw as well. And if you want your melees to hit even harder, then you could go with Inmost Light or Spirit of the Assassin with Spirit of Syntheseps. I think that role would be a lot of fun, especially with Incinerator Snap. And the increased melee damage from Synthos would also buff your ignition damage, which would be quite strong, especially when you go Transcendent. Spirit of Osmiomancy and Spirit of Verity is an obvious pairing for grenade-based builds, but the grenade options are not super strong on Prismatic. But if you want to spam grenades, then I think the best pairing would be Spirit of Filaments and Spirit of Starfire. This would give you Devour from your Empowering Rift, and then you will double dip with Grenade Return from Devour, as well as the Grenade Return from Starfire, allowing you to absolutely spam grenades. I really want to try to get this combination because I think it would be a lot of fun. Inmost Light and Harmony is a nice all-around pairing that would work with a ton of builds. You would get extra ability energy and super energy, so it would just be a strong pairing with whatever you're running. I love Spirit of Harmony. It also pairs nice with Spirit of Apotheosis too because it allows you to get your super more often. A nice Rift-based build could be the Spirit of the Stag and Spirit of Vesper, though I personally feel Spirit of Vesper isn't nearly as good as the regular exotic. But it is a pairing that does have great synergy because the Stag will give you DR while your Rifts shock enemies. It's a niche and synergistic pairing, but I don't think it's all that strong. And that is about all the combinations I really care about on Warlock. If I get any role with Spirit of the Swarm, I'm probably just sharding it. Onto Titan, we have some very strong perks. The main one that I think is the best overall is Spirit of Inmost Light and Spirit of Synthos, and I am lucky enough to have this role. This just allows you to spam your Consecration melees even more, and that is obviously extremely powerful. The best players in the world abuse this combo to beat GM Nightfalls in very fast fashion. Probably the strongest combination that you can get. You can also roll with Spirit of the Assassin and Synthos for a bit of safety, and even Severance and Synthos for even more ad clear. Severance and Contact is another combination that gives incredible ad clear. Abeyant and Horn is a nice combination with some Barricade synergy. It definitely can be fun to mess around with, or you could go Hoarfrost and Horn if you want. Inmost Light and Verity or Armamentarium are some obvious pairings for some nice general play. Having this combination paired with Pulse Grenades could be very strong. Spirit of Star Eater with Spirit of Ophidian is your best boss DPS setup, but you could also use Star Eater Inmost Light for more general play, and Star Eater Eternal Warrior could also be great for boss DPS, especially solo. You get 30 seconds of bonus weapon damage if the weapon matches your super, so depending on your weapon loadout, this could be excellent and is actually a really good pick. The reason I like it for solo is because you don't really have to depend on getting charged with light just before damage, where in teams, it's much easier to get charged with light with things like Well of Radiance or Powerful Friends or Radiant Light. But as a solo, you could just cast your super and then you have 30 seconds of ×4 weapon surge, which outside of a few bosses is pretty much long enough to last for any DPS phase. Inmost Light and Scars is another great example for general play. It allows you to reduce your ability cooldowns and gives an exceptionally easy way to get resto to keep you alive. A fun one could be Spirit of the Bear and Armamentarium for 2 grenade charges so that you can abuse Unbreakable more often. Or Bear and Star Eater so you can get your super quicker, even though there are probably better ways to get super like spamming Consecration melees with Heavy-Handed. But I digress. And if I get any role with Alpha Loopy, that is pretty much just a shard from me. I just think it is a really weak spirit perk. And now we move on to Hunter. I saved it for last because it honestly has a ton of really good and strong combinations. one that is very strong and fun is Caliban and Synthos. It allows your melees to hit harder, so you are more likely to get final blows in endgame content, and then this will cause an ignition from Caliban. Caliban is legit better on the class item than the regular version because it works with any melee and not just proximity knives. I love it. Another really strong pairing with Caliban is Spirit of the Liar. This allows your punches to hit extremely hard, especially with combination blow times 3, and then you will get the ad clear from the Caliban ignitions. And if you want more survivability, then Assassin Syntho and Assassin Liar is a nice combination. Though this is not needed if you're running Stylus Executioner and Winter's Shroud. But it's nice to have if you want to mix things up with your aspects. For big DPS, Spirit of the Star Eater is nice for a heavy hitting super, and then just like on the other classes, you can pair this with Spirit of the Ophidian. But for Hunter, the better option may be Spirit of the Dragon for even faster handling, and it can reload all your weapons when you dodge. And much like on Titan, who has Eternal Warrior Star Eater, we could use Foe Tracer Star Eater for big weapon damage, provided your loadout is matched up to take advantage of the weapon surge. And then you could also run Spirit of Galanor for extra super energy back. This is obviously good with Star Eater as well, but I have it with a Spirit of Gerfalcon, and it's super nice with the right build. It's just a great general play build, and I highly recommend it. It gives you easy volatile on your void weapons and more supers. Inmost Light and Verity is another classic combo, just like it is on the other classes if you're into that sort of thing, but there are better combinations. That being said, Verity is probably the best on Hunter because not only does it buff our grenade damage, it also buffs Gunpowder Gamble, making it hit extremely hard. Inmost Light Sootarachne is quite nice for on-demand Woven Mail, and if you want even more survivability, then Sootarachne Renewal is an awesome combination with Duskfield Grenades, allowing enemies to deal less damage to you with Renewal and giving you Woven Mail. It's a very fun and unique playstyle that does really well in endgame content. Six Coyote and Dragon is a nice combination too if you want something like that, and it's especially strong in PvP. And once again, if I get Wormhusk on any roll, I'm probably sharding it. Though some people might like Spirit of Wormhusk just for PvP. But for PvE, I just don't think it's a very powerful option. I'm sure there are other roles out there too that can fit certain playstyles, but I just wanted to showcase the roles that I am personally hunting to mess around with and take my build crafting to the next level. But that is going to do it for the roles that I would really want to keep on each class. Obviously, that is a lot of roles to keep in the vault, but I definitely think those combinations bring something to the table if you build around them. Let me know down below which combinations you've been liking on your class items. And check out the 3 videos I made detailing exactly how each spirit perk works. Those videos took a ton of time and effort to make, so it would mean a lot to me. Plus, I guarantee you will learn something. If you are still here, then thanks for watching to the end. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it, and do me a solid and subscribe if you want more Destiny content. Good luck farming your god rolls, and take care.